Hello, welcome to another episode of SSTJ. Now we're going to be talking about how to get used to writing kanji, and yeah, we should just get into it. Okay, so in episode 3, I covered a little bit on how to remember some kanji of writing, and it was going by just stroke orders. And basically, you have 3 different characters, which is what I would do. I did 3 different characters, and I would start with one of the characters, and I'd write it down 6 times, and then after that 6 times, I'd do the next 6 and the next 6. And that, builds up a little bit of a memory for you.
But I'm not done yet!
A good way of understanding and, remembering kanji, how to write it properly and how to, get used to writing it is to have a good set of amount of kanji that you already went over and you already did the stroke orders, you've gone over like the 6 times, you have it down packed in your head. So, you just get sentences that explain that kanji well and you just use that kanji in it. Or, if you don't like writing, you can have, a Nikki. Nikki is basically a diary. And you just make that diary in Japanese. Another good thing to do, obviously enough, is to talk to Japanese people, right? And for me, most of the time, when you reach a high level, or you reach even intermediate actually, and you have a friend that is patient with you, say like a Japanese person who's learning English, and you have this exchange in a way that he types in English or she types in English after you type in Japanese, and that person will take the time to look at what your mistakes are and try to correct you, because a lot of Japanese people are willing to do that. And I've found many people who are willing to do this, like lots of people. Some people I have never met in person, so it's really beneficial. Get to practice more in your writing. You get into a habit of what you would like to write to people rather than what you think you should write to people. And then that will put you in the motion of like, oh, I'm gonna write all the time. I'm gonna write every day. Okay, some people you like to do pen pals. Pen pals is very useful, but it's tedious. For me, I think it's tedious. I don't do it. But I see that people will take the initiative, and they'll get a paper and they'll get a letter, and they'll have a friend that they've they create online, or they've made a friend from Japan, and that person from Japan is, if they're willing to send mail to you, and you send back in letter form, and you can just you have more prep time of what you want to say, and it'll have more meaning to you doing that. And I think that's great. I think that's a beautiful thing, right? But for me, I think it's a little bit tedious. It's a great way of building the importance and having more memorable moments in the Japanese language, because you're sending it to another human being in on paper, right? So that will definitely stick in your memory, right? So for me, nah, not really, but it's a really good way of making the connection. It's a really good way of making things more memorable for you, so you can understand language better, and you guys are both having fun, right? Well, I think that's everything I've covered about Japanese writing and how you can get better at it. If you like this video, like the video. If you have any questions, or you wanna maybe you have a better idea than I do, and want you enlighten me. So put it in the comments. I'm always on Twitter. Hit me up immediately. I'll always answer. I'm always there. I'm always answer. I have Twitter on my phone. I'm just there. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next week.
この番組はご覧のスポーツの提供でお送りします。